up and running. There we go. Okay, so as for new people just starting the game, we have the 5-minute timer, which basically means you have 5 minutes once you open that front door where the ghost can't do anything, it can't hunt you, and your sanity will not drop below 50. You want to make sure you've got your fire starter if you have one, a torch or a headlamp if you usually have a flashlight, but I'm taking the headlamp. On the first time through so you gotta make sure you've always got your firelight. Otherwise you can't light your smudges, your candles or things like that if you really need to in a struggle. You want your thermo to find the ghost room, it's always a good one to use. A camera if you find the bone curse item when you first run through. You want to get your photos of those. Some people would say use the EMF to find the ghost room. So on your first run through, it does help as well. It helps you kind of pinpoint where it is if it does something. As the rest of the equipment comes into play, I will talk about that as we need it and use it. For now, we've got the main things we need to find the ghost room. Make sure it's turned on. So also grab the key because it helps you turn off the car if the ghost sets it off. Now, I'd rather walk around with the thermostat because ghosts won't do anything in the light, unless there's a few examples that they do. But for the most part, I'm going to walk through each room, kind of check the temps, kind of see if there's any activity, if you notice something, see where it's coming from. For the most part, you want to watch the thermostat. And also, as we said before, so we've got a nice big rib cage here. That's fantastic. We get the photo of that. That's done. Let's see if we can just restart the Pokemon game though. Let's just... We're not connected. Hold on. So we're going to sit here for a moment. That's all set. Okay, that fixed it. So, nothing's happening around us yet. So there's a cursed item here, which will be the Ouija board. Got the bones, so we can also it's also got to check what your ghost is, what your objectives are. So we're going to test with the motion sensor, get to blow out a firelight, we need 3 unique photos. So we've got 1 unique photo. So far. Again, checking the thermo. Because the breaker starts on, the house is nice and warm. And that's dropping a bit. Or is it just fluctuating? Okay, so that's just fluctuating. If it drops down to like 15, below 10, it's a good indicator you're out in the ghost room. But if it stays above 20, chances are you can move on. Also on your first look through, you want to check your hiding spots. This is a pretty good one for the most part, because you can kind of peek at the ghost coming down the hallway. It doesn't usually see you, but it can, just not usually. But it's looking like the hallway is not our ghost room. It's still fluctuating around the 20 point. So we'll check in here next. It's its own separate area. We're still staying above 20. Oh god. Okay, so we check the garage. So the breaker's not here, which means there's only one other place it can be, so we know the breaker's downstairs. Again, check for hiding spaces. Always important. But if you're hiding, make sure your electronics are turned off. So in my case, I'd want the EMF to be turned off if I'm hiding. flashlight so you can actually see. Now down here is classed as one big room. And we have the breaker here, so if power gets tripped or you turn on too many lights and the breaker gets turned off, you've got to come back here to turn it on. So it's one of the more annoying spots. But it looks like the ghost is not here either. Checking for hiding places. So I don't think there's any hiding down here really. I wouldn't trust in here. I mean, if you get desperate you could probably squeeze in and hope you're not seen, but I wouldn't risk it. Turn off the lights that we don't need so we don't pop the breaker. Checking. Okay, so we're still... So, tarot cards spawn here, they're not here, so... Or is it music box? It's one of the two spawn around here. That's not here either. So we go check upstairs. Again, I'm going to keep the lights on to start with. Checking hiding. Also, with these cupboards, you need to be behind the closed door. If that door is open and you're like this, the ghost will not see you behind this door. I don't know why, it's just how the cupboards work. You need to have the door in front of you closed. So the ghost is not in the blue room, we can move on. Okay, we've got the monkey paw. That's another cursed item, which is a free photo. So that one has lots of different wishes and unique things you can make, but each wish comes at a cost. If you want, I can talk about those, but for now, we'll just leave it as is. So that was bad. The ghost just vented on us, which means it's upstairs. As you see, the timer's run out and it started doing things. Now, certain ghosts like to do more full physical body events but drain more sanity, but we'll get into that later. If a ghost events on you, it turns off all lights in the affected area. Now we just heard a cell phone. As you saw, our sanity is still pretty decent considering we got hit by a ghost event. And we've kind of been taking our time, just looking through each room step by step. Just checking as we go. Okay, now we just heard that. So here, we have EMF 2. So we get a quick photo with the EMF reader. Third photo, objective done. Also, there's a thing being thrown in here. So, this looks like it might be the ghost room, as you can see, the temperature's dropping. You can see breath, that's another indicator that this is below 5 degrees. So what we can do now is we'll turn off that light. So yeah, the thermo is dropping quite steadily. When breath is a pretty solid indicator that you have found the ghost room. Okay, the ghost just turned on a light. So that tells us it's not a mirror. The mirror cannot turn lights on. Now what? sounds like something else happened somewhere. Okay. So we have dirty water in the sink. That's another good free photo. I mean, it's not worth much anymore, but it's a good free photo. Ghost event. Okay, that rules out another ghost. But this ghost is kind of active. So we want to check, is this still the ghost room? It's below 0. So right there, below 0, tells us we have freezing temps. So we have our first evidence. So it is freezing. And also that slight door movement, Yuris cannot slightly move doors. You jumped, yes, so did I, to be honest. So we have freezing. We no longer need our camera. That's finished with. We will leave this here for now. Go back to the truck and get some more stuff. Now, each trip back to the truck, you want to check your sanity. No. We just got EMF 2 or 3 or something. It didn't hit 5. We got freezing temps for first evidence. So, with everything that happened, we're down 30 sanity. So we've been hit by 2, maybe 3 ghost events, plus my time in the dark and the house in general. So, typically, you'd want to pop some, you want to keep that up. So there are some ghosts that can hunt from 70. That are freezing. The demon can hunt early. And the mimic can hunt whenever it wants, depending on what it's copying. So we need to be careful of that. So now we want to take some crucies up into the ghost room itself, and we want to start taking some evidence things. Better marked. That's fine, Griff. Right, so I closed the door here apparently. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this about here. I'll crucie down so you can see the circle on the crucie, which tells you the range. So you know if you're safe in those locations, where you should be safe. So the ghost just turned the light off, which is giving us a reading of EMF 3 to 4. Okay, so we just recorded a door movement. Do a check. Okay. This ghost doesn't want us to have the light on. Wait, off. I want the light on. I want to see if we can see any orbs in the dark. But you need the camera's night vision to see the orbs. Because again, we're looking for evidence here. It doesn't look like we have any. Ghost book down. Now on a 3 evidence game, if we don't have orbs, we can cross them out. We looked for orbs, we didn't see them. I'm going to cross them out. You can check this every now and then, make sure it's still the ghost room. So it's still below 0. Chances are it is still the ghost room. Go back to the truck and go grab our next lot of stuff. So I've got a camera, we can also check our camera from here just to double check stuff. Except the tier 1 stands can't be rotated. But you can kind of see something. So we might need to position that a bit differently to get a better view. Or you just grab another camera. We're going to take some dots in with the EMF, so we want to also test for UV. This thing seems to be touching a lot of doors. Now, tier 1 dots are very awkward to place effectively. So, sometimes just throw them down and hope for the best. And hope that kind of covers a good chunk of the room. As you can see, it does cover an okay chunk. I think the door frame is blocking half of it. So if we get like that, it's a much better view of the room. Got more dirty water. Check around just to see if we get any UV. So it's good to keep an eye on things. The other dots we will throw here. No, we won't throw there, it's not very good. Oh, we have ghost writing. So, we can mark in ghost writing. So, the demon is one of the ghosts I said was the early hunter. That one hunts from 70 or whenever it wants. The shade is a late hunter, but it won't do things with you in the room with it. Typically. Now, depending on the ghost I get, I will try and show off its ability as well, and what it actually does is unique. But also, so we know it's not a revenant. We can see what dot's doing, so we're not going to get dots. We don't have to look for that. So MF5 will be a shade, UV will be a demon, spirit box will be the Moroi. So we've narrowed it down to 1 of 3. So we don't really need to worry about the camera too much now. I'll put that there just because. And the thing with the shade that people can get confused with is, as they say, the shade won't do things with you in the room with it. But if it is in the room beside you, it can event to your room because it's not in the room with you. There's lots of tricky things with shades, which is where motion sensors are great to figure out if it's actually in the room with you. Do you need any more photos? Unfortunately, I do not. Our photos are all done. So we're going to put a cruciate here just in case it walks outside to go hunt. It's just so we know if... We'll know if it crosses the door threshold this way. As with videos, door move light switch, so... I'll turn that off for now. We're gonna go test. We're gonna get the dangerous test out the way first. We can use the second ghostwriting book to hopefully get the video of it and maybe the sound. Hopefully. So, we'll put the salt here. Maybe here. Okay.
Who's that Pokemon?
Alright, so didn't leave footprints. It's a good indicator we don't have a UV ghost. Okay, so we just recorded the salt, disturbed salt. We got that. Still no UV. So we're going gonna put the book down and see if it'll write in the book while we're here. Okay, and it did. I think we're a bit late on the voice. Okay, so we're too late on the sound, but we got the video. The problem there is the ghost was pretty much standing right here when that got written in, so that doesn't rule out shade. It does rule out demon though, because we got this salt seeped in and there's no UV from those steps. You scared him off, that was lucky a bugger. Poor little whatever it was. Okay. Okay, so that just fluctuated to EMF 5 for a moment. EMF 4 is the infamous bull event. That's EMF 4ing, I'm not sure. Oh, it turned that on. Okay, so this ghost is getting active. Okay. Right, well, I'm going to go get some things. It's still the ghost room. Granted, on amateur the ghost room can't change, so to keep that in mind. But it's doing a lot with stuff in here. I'll be doing that spirit box as my last thing because just in case it's a Moroi, I want to be careful. Let's look at the board here, it's been active. But there's no distinctive EMF 5 readings yet. So I'm going to take in a couple of smudges, I'm going to take in a candle, and hello there, Shabad Renew, welcome in, welcome in. I'm doing an educational 3 evidence video for those who are here to learn some tricks of the trade, I guess you could call it. New Phasmo player here? Well, you came at the right time then. Been doing some tutorial videos or teaching, and so far we have ghostwriting freezing evidence attempts. We've ruled out dots because it doesn't do anything with the ghosts we have. We've got the ghostwriting video, we've got some freezing attempts photos and some extra stuff, and we're about to start doing a couple of extra tests to see if it is a shade or a Moroi. How do you make your game look good? What do you mean by look good? As in bright? It is a OBS filter on the PS5 feed. Because what I actually see is this. I see it a lot darker. I've got a filter on so you guys see it better. So yeah, my game is dark too, trust me. And we are going to take in an extra motion sensor. But welcome in. If you're here to learn, then all the more welcome. We're doing it on Edgefield due to a request. So, I'm going to put this here, just so we get an idea of what one goes off first. Oh. Right, so light our candle. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. So the ghost is in the room with us. We saw those 2 motion sensors.
Shebadren you just followed.
We know the ghost is in here. Appreciate the follow. Did I get your name right, by the way? airball. This thing's really getting with the airballs. Okay, I missed that. And a red light event as I leave. Okay. This thing's getting very active all of a sudden. That happens. I tried to hunt. We don't want it hunting just yet. Okay. So, oh, we got all our videos, did we? Motion, ghostwriting, disturb. Okay, so we're done with our videos. They're finished. We're done with our photos. They're also finished. We found the bone. We need to get a ghost to blow out the fire. Now, because the ghost hunted above 35, we can rule out shade. Because they hunt from 35 sanity. Which leaves the Moroi. So to confirm that, we need to get a spirit box. Which is also... I don't want it hunting just yet. So we're going to take some pills. Oh, it just blew out the candle. Need to relight that so I can get the sound for it. Egg versus egg. Go eggs! So I'm going to pop both, just for now. No, I'll hold off on the second one. Put it back. Right, so we have a smudge. It'll keep us safe for a hunt, but for now, I want to get some sounds. So I'm going to take 2 candles to try and get those sounds. Okay, close the door. I'm going to pop that there. Pop that there. And we want the sound recorder. We don't need this anymore. Done with videos. Now when those bars on the side start to increase... You changed your mind? Oh, you've seen the Power World stuff. Okay. So we saw that. So we've got fire extinguished. So we put this candle out. And the EMF reader is EMF 2. That's fine. Now, to turn the light off. This is where it's going to get tricky. Turn the spirit box on. Right, where are you? Are you here? I'm a controller. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Okay. So, we just got spirit box. We have spirit box. We have confirmed Moroi. So now we need to get another sound, whether it be a hunt, an event, or just something. Could be a burn cruci. Now this is where I can teach that, you know, the Moroi's ability. When you hear it speak through spirit box or a sound recording or a parabolic microphone, the second you hear it speaking, making a noise or something through those, it will give you what's known as the curse. While you are cursed, your sanity will just drain. It doubles all sanity drain. But while you're in the light, it will also drain you. So as you saw, I had about 80 something sanity before. I haven't been in the dark much. When I go back to the truck, it will tank. But for now, I want to get the cruci burn for my sound. Okay, so that dot there tells me it's trying to do something. It's in here. Okay, so we just got some paranormal talking. So that would have also activated the curse if we didn't have the spirit box response. So now we've got this done, and this done. We could leave right now if we wanted. We could, in all honesty, just up and go. take the last cruci, I could just walk out of the house. And we can just call it, be done, and get perfect game. As you see, my sanity's dropped to 61 due to the curse. I was in the light the whole time. It shouldn't have dropped anywhere below 70. And yeah, that would be perfect. So I could call it now and just go perfect game. But you just want to learn how to survive and do looping and stuff like that, or do you just want me to... I mean, even if I die, it's still technically a perfect game. Actually, I'm going to take these. So yeah, get your free guesses in, I don't mind on this one. So yeah, I'll be in the light the whole time. I have 63 sanity, roughly. I'm just going to put this down here so I'm safe before it hunts. And I'm going to remove the other one to allow it to hunt. So this will let the ghost hunt. And let's say we put that here. Now we've got our protections in place. I've got to nip out, we'll be lurking, I appreciate that. Okay, so we weren't really inside for it to drop too much, but it's dropped a little bit just from that. So what we do now, there are 3 smudges. Turn off my in-game talking so the ghost doesn't hear me. We'll sit here, and we'll just wait. Because the other thing with the Moroi is when you smudge a ghost, it will blind them for 5 seconds. But the Moroi is blinded for 7.5, so it's slightly longer for safety. It is also the only ghost whose speed is dependent on your sanity. So it'll start slow. When it's you're at 50, it'll start slow. And it will speed up as time goes. As your sanity drops, it will get faster and faster. So I'm just sitting here, let my sanity tank. It'll be dropping quite rapidly due to the Moroi curse, because I haven't popped... You stay cursed until you take some sanity. If you're out of the house, it will pause it, but it will reactivate the second you come back in. But again, once you've popped yourself some sanity meds, it gets rid of the curse. Also, as soon as that front door shuts, we know it's starting to hunt. That's your other thing. You'll see the door shut, and then you'll hear it click. If it's an event, it'll shut the door, but it won't lock it. See, it just closed. I waited a second, and then you hear another extra clunk. So you see how it's kind of slow. And the hunt's already finished because amateur has short hunts. But you see how that was slow. And we go check our sanity. We are down to just under 50. Now if we let that go to 0, it'll be a much faster ghost. So what we can also do, because I haven't smudged it, it can still hunt from its 25-second cooldown from that first hunt. Grab this. So typically when your ghosts are coming at you, so if it'll come down the stairs, it'll see me and it'll come straight for me, right? The Moroi speeds up quite rapidly with line of sight. This is a rather bad looping spot for learning because it doesn't break line of sight to my knowledge. Just you can get stuck on stuff and it's bad. Okay, torch is shut. Roy is coming. Try and call it from the radio. Okay, so it's coming. Go around the couch. Couch again, so you want to... It's not very given long to show properly, but you don't... You need to pulse your sprint. You don't hold it, so you want to pulse it. That way it refills faster. But yeah, amateur's not very good for showing hunt duration, I guess. And there's an example... I was going to say it looked like the twin curve people talking, but nope. It's great for getting stuck that spot. It is. It's a bad looping spot. As you can see, because of that curse, my sanity has still been dropping rapidly. But I think amateur has short hunts, so if you want to learn to survive early, amateur's a good starting point. Now, once you're used to amateur,
I've got some jobs ready for
and
you.
you feel comfortable, because as you saw, I didn't even need to do those hunts, and I had everything I needed. Like, the objectives were nice. I didn't need to initiate those hunts. I could have just gone. But we will, in guessing, actual ghost. And then we will start guessing. So what I'll do is, so you get a long setup time, long hunt